Okay, so I might get emotional, but I really want to like lift up my stepfather, which is my father, Papi Johnny. Some of you guys may have met him, but he's just so incredible. I think like I didn't like him when I first met him, but like I'm just so grateful to see how like our relationship was able to just develop. And he just takes care, like he never makes me feel like I'm not his like biological kid, but he loves me so much and treats me as his own. And I'm just so grateful that I have, you know, that example in my life. So even though he's not here, I just really appreciate him and I love him so much. And I'm just so grateful for the ways that he shows up for me that I never got from my biological father. I also want to lift up some of my spiritual fathers as well. I want to lift up Corey Smith. Corey, I love you so much. Literally, like, you just helped me to understand that, like, in my weakness, my weakness makes me strong, and, like, Jesus loves every part of me. And that's just so encouraging for me. So thank you for just seeing me sob and cry and never judging me, but allowing me to know that I'm loved. Thank you for AJ, who has baby Diane in the back. Thank you for literally just seeing so much for me from the beginning. When I was so prideful and so mean to all of the men in the church when I first got baptized, and never taking any offense from it. But yeah, thank you so much. Like till this day, you always like lift me up and encourage me, so I'm so grateful for that. And then also Alan Pottinger too. He's not here. He's in the Daytona, Miami somewhere. But I'm so grateful for him because he was also one of the brothers I was really rude to, and he just showed me the love of Jesus, and I'm just like, wow, like this is such a man of God. Like I'm just so grateful. But yeah, like I know for me, like all of the men who have an impact on me, like you guys have made me the woman I am today. So I'm so grateful. And yeah, happy Father's Day to all of you guys. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know, I am a daddy's girl. I talk to my daddy every day, 3 or 4 times a day. He comes to my house 2 or 3 times a day. I always call him when things go wrong. That's just my go-to person. And one of the things that I remember when I was little, and we're born on the same day. And I'm his firstborn as well. I always run to him for literally everything. Like my car shot down on me in the middle of the highway. So I parked in a church and I called him. I was like, Daddy, something is wrong with my car. And he was like, okay, I'm coming. So he came and he was like, we're going to have to get this car out the church because they're going to tow your car, baby girl. So I said, Daddy, I don't want to drive it because it might break down again. He was like, just get in the car. I'll trail you. And then the next day or two, he was up there driving my car to the shop. So, and I just thank him for even doing my hair when I was little. I had a mom, but I was just closer with my dad. And I talk to my mom too. But yeah, my daddy showed me things that I could never imagine, and I'm still kind of trying to just let that little girl just die down a little bit, because I think I could just do everything because of my dad. But yeah, he was an amazing dad, and if those of you don't have a dad, I'm welcome to share mine. So.
Happy Father's Day. I love you. When you were up here talking, Dr. Garman's my dad. So, when you were up here talking and sharing that you didn't have a father, that's been something I've been thinking about the past week or so. I have 2 brothers, Joey and Johnny. And you, without having a father, taught my brothers how to be amazing fathers. And just watching the both of you, Johnny and Joey, Joey and Johnny, being fathers and loving your kids unconditionally. I mean, you learn that from our father. And I just want to say thank you, and thank you for the way that you, every time I think of my life, it's just been an adventure, and I share this every Father's Day, but I can't help it. Climbing the mountains and going down the streams. Just pull over on the side of the road and, hey, let's take a break from our travels and climb mountains. Like that forever. Those are core memories that I have, and that you have passed those on. Jerry and Amber and I are we were good parents too, but do you know what I mean? Like, as far as fathers. So I love you, and thank you, and happy Father's Day.
Yeah, it's funny you lifted up some of the people I wanted to as well, but happy Father's Day to my dad. I'm gonna tell him to watch, but I'm so grateful for my dad. I want to say the past maybe 2 or 3 years, how we've really gotten close, and just seeing how I'll just call him on my lunch break and tell him about my week and what's going on in my life. And then he'll share things that he has going on. And he's just been such an encouragement to me, and being able to spend time. I've gotten to the point now in my adulthood where I'm able to see my parents as just regular people. And being able to spend, I want to say this year I've been a lot more intentional about spending quality time with my dad, and it's been a beautiful thing, and I'm very grateful for just the lessons that I've learned, the patience that he's had with me, the love that he's shown, and just the ways that he has fought for me at times, and just loved me. So I love you, Dad. And then I want to lift up AJ as well, Alan, all the younger brothers who are parents now, just seeing how much you guys love your daughters, and seeing how amazing you guys are. It just literally warms my heart, because I didn't grow up with that, but seeing that there's something about a father's love, and just seeing how protected your girls are, you too as well, Corey, seeing you and Charlotte, and Landon, you guys are amazing dads. And Rigo, I love the kingdom, because it shows you that God's love can do anything. And so thank you for showing your children that, and thank you for showing us as well. So that's mine.
Alrighty, I just really want to lift up my dad. You heard about him earlier with Tricia. He's John. But yeah, my dad he does an amazing job. I couldn't ask for a better dad, really. He's always done the most, set the best example, always provides, always there for me, always listens, and I can really tell that he really cares, And I remember he always makes sacrifices for me all the time, and you can see it. I remember when I was a kid, I used to play travel baseball, and we would wake up at 5, 6 in the morning and go 2-3 hours away, and he would take me. He has to put my bag and all my cleats and everything in the car, and he would take me up there, and we'd stay up and play baseball 2-3 games all day, and we would get back at 11, and it was every weekend at one point, and it was just, he never complained to me about it. He always, was getting me there on time, always making sure I had everything I needed, and that's just kind of exemplary to me. That's kind of the guy he is. He doesn't complain about things. He just kind of always puts sacrifices just to put me and his family ahead, and it's just a really great example of a really strong, godly man. And I really appreciate you, Dad. I love you.
All right, I'm gonna share about my dad. I used to not like my dad too much because he wasn't emotional and stuff. But my mom's emotional, so I guess it balances out. I get a lot of stuff from my dad. The way I dress is from my dad. My dad is real fly. My dad is so fly. Bro, my dad is so cool. He's so gangster. He be doing the coolest stuff. And I'm you never talk to me about this stuff. I don't, he's Obi, I was probably my dad's most problematic kid. All my uncles are your son challenges you so much. And I really do love my dad. I want to shout out AJ, I guess. AJ is like my big bro, dad, whatever you want to call it, man. Like, if AJ didn't whack me in the head with this Bible, y'all, I probably would not be here. I'm so serious. But I really appreciate AJ. AJ, I got some arguments with AJ sometimes, but he's like, one day you gonna have a family, homie. You gotta show up. It don't matter. It don't matter how you feel and whatnot. And I think I'm always take that. I'm gonna be real upset when he leaves. But yeah, that's it.
I have a couple mentions. Rigo, happy Father's Day. You are an amazing father. You always have your kid under tow with you, whatever you're doing, working hard in the yard, playing. You're such a great example of that commitment and love, and I'm so proud of Julian and how much he's grown, and you do a phenomenal job. I love you so much. I also want to mention my cousin Jimmy. Happy Father's Day in heaven. His dedication many years ago, he called in a tough situation with a father of four, a newly single father of four, and a dog, and it was hard. He came up here. It was quite a journey, and he made a lot of changes, and it was a lot of sacrifices because he loved his kids so much, and I am so proud of the girls and how far they've come. And my father is happy Father's Day. I have lived with him more years than I haven't, and I'm 50. His character is unmatched to anyone I've ever seen. I have watched his life from inside the walls. I have never heard him say a bad word, not one cuss word in 50 years. I have never seen him take a sip of alcohol, and I'm almost 50. He does never ask you guys to do anything that he has not already done or is not continuing to do at the age of almost 80. He has laid such a foundation of God's love, like he was saying, without the understanding. And you showed that example my whole life of mercy, of kindness, of never giving up, never walking away. You had some pretty wild kids and tough situations, and you never gave up on us. You continued to show mercy in all the situations. And if I didn't have that foundation or understanding of God and who he is, I think losing my son would have been something I wouldn't have been able to come out of. That understanding that God didn't do this to me, but that he's here with me and always wanting to comfort me and always wanting to take care of me. And I have never not felt God's love, because you've always set that example, and I've never not felt your love. And I appreciate you so much, Dad. Thank you.
I want to share a scripture. It's in Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "You, however, must teach what is appropriate to sound doctrine. Teach the older men to be temperate, worthy of respect, self-controlled, and sound in faith, in love, and endurance." And it says at the bottom, if you go further down, it says, verse 6, "Similarly, encourage the young men to be self-controlled. In everything, set them an example by doing what is good. In your teaching, show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech that cannot be condemned." And Dr. Joe, I just want to say thank you. You have made a lot of sacrifices for a lot of us and the church, and it doesn't even come close to what you've done for your family. I'm grateful for you. I know when I came here, I was very opinionated. Very strong, very strong, and just out of my element. And you welcomed me with open arms. You gave me a job, and you just took that opinion and you cultivated it alongside with your wife. And I'm just grateful because you have made AJ into a lot of what he is. He's always praying, like, give me the faith like Dr. Joe. And a lot of the things that he's seen because of the men that you've raised, John, Joey, Derek, all these men that you've impacted have had an impact on my husband. And babe, I'm just so grateful for you. It has not been easy. You have grown tremendously. You've always wanted to be a father, and I'm just so happy that you get to be a father. You're an amazing father. And it's through you that I've had the compassion to love my own father. It's been 10 years. And now having consistent conversations with my father, I honestly, I would definitely say without God and without you, I probably wouldn't have a relationship with my own father. Just really pushing me in that direction and saying, hey, that's what God will want you to do. And I'm grateful that he gets to be a part of our children's lives. I'm so grateful. Thank you for not being, not allowing me to be complacent in my sin and pushing me to love my own dad, because now I can see the fruits of it. So I love you. I love you, Derek. I love you, Joey. I love you, John. I love you, Dr. Joe. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done.
Hello. So I just wanted to say something for my dad, who's not here. He's in Kansas at the moment. So Jaden's recording me. So Dad, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for raising me. You're a beast. You're a warrior. You work all day long. You never complain. You work for several hours a day, and then you go home and do a second job. And you taught me how to work hard, and you taught me how to dream, because you're a dreamer. And I'm just grateful for how far God has brought our relationship, and I love you.
There we go. So I'm going to start off with sharing about my dad. And like Princess, I am very much daddy's girl. And like also Princess, I call my dad 2 to 3 times a day. Anytime I'm in the car, that's the first thing I do. I'm immediately calling my dad to just talk to him while I'm driving wherever, even if it's just 5 minutes down the road. And we've been through a lot, but I'm super grateful for how God has worked through it all. And he's actually going to be moving up to Monticello in the next year or two. And so I'm just super grateful for him, and how much now, just seeing him love his grandchildren now, and how much he loves Charlotte and Landon, and just all that he has done for us and helping us with our home, and how much he's even helped Corey, teaching him how to build and do different things. And then, of course, I want to lift up my husband for being an amazing dad to our 2 children. I know you didn't grow up with really a father figure, and to just see how, despite that, how much of an amazing dad you are, how much you love them, how much you depend on God to continue to love them in the best way, and to just be that example for them that you didn't have. So I'm just super grateful for you and all that you do for us and for your kids. I love you.
It took a lot of courage to come up here. I was blessed to have 2 dads. Not a lot of people get to have 2 dads, and sadly, one of them passed away this year, and this is our first Father's Day without him. And like Nayla, you first meet a stepdad, you hate him, you want nothing to do with him, but he was always there for me when I needed him, and he did a lot of things that my dad couldn't do. And so I'm just really grateful for him being a husband to my mom, and then a dad to me and my siblings, because we needed somebody. And my real dad, he wasn't there when I was growing up, but I always looked up to him a lot, because he always walked holy. He never drank, he never smoked, and I always wanted to be like him in that way. And now I get to spend a lot of time with him, and it's just amazing to have two people that I get to look up to, and they all taught me different traits about me and who I want to become. So I'm just thankful for being their sons and just having them. And yeah, thank you guys.
How's everybody doing today? So, first and foremost, I want to give a special shout out to my father. I thank him every single day, every single night. As much, I'm grateful for God to give me the best earth father in this entire world. He did everything that he wished he lived to grow up. He gave clothes, shoes, kept me fed. He did everything in his power to make sure I was living the life that I wanted to live. My father was a very strong, courageous man. My father is unfortunately sick, has cancer, and I've been dealing with this for majority of my life. I just pray that he continues to grow strong and get better every single day throughout the week. I miss him dearly. Every time I get homesick without him, I cry every time when I leave home, just thinking about him the most. And I'm glad that he gave me everything that I wished that I'm sorry. But he taught me everything in life. He made me the man who I am today. I looked at him as my number one fan, man. Like, he supported me throughout my dreams, did everything I could. He backed me up. I just thank him for everything that he sacrificed for me, and I love him. I miss him. Dad, if you ever see this, just know I appreciate you every single day and for giving me everything that I asked for, and I just love you.
Cut in front. I had a dad who did not choose me, who chose something over me. And I have a dad who did choose me. And I want to say thank you so much for choosing me, for choosing Reagan, for choosing my mom, and continuing to choose us, no matter how hard it gets, through everything, for choosing taking the girls and everything that you've done. Thank you, Dad, because I've had the other thing, and so thank you for being who you are for us.
Happy Father's Day. Without you, I wouldn't be here. In many different ways. No, it is, you talk about our childhood, and maybe I have delusions or whatever. It was a pretty good childhood. If you're a boy, to play outside all day, to do things, like, I didn't realize we were poor. That's why we were taking vacations by stopping at a river and, riding in the water. I didn't realize that people went to Disney World and things like that for a vacation. But we were usually just moving. And so it's like, all right, we're moving to a new city, so hey, there's something cool to do. And it doesn't cost money. To this day, I'm impressed with just who you are. Most people your age, and I've said this to you 100 times, most guys your age are out playing golf during the week and fishing, and yet I didn't say that. But that you decide to keep taking it one step higher, and that not that I hope you die behind the pulpit. I know you've mentioned that. I think that would disturb surface. But I know that that's your heart, is to, until you die, to give everything you have to God and to His kingdom and to His people. And I hope to be like that more and more every day. I think you have been patient with all your children who've gone through their difficult times. Where are they? Why no? But it means a lot, the example you said. I was praying about you in my quiet time, that my faith would grow stronger every day to the point where I'm your age, and I'm even have more faith because I'm starting earlier with it. That it's been, like I feel like sometimes I'll talk to younger guys who didn't have fathers, and what comes so natural to me, how to change headlights, how to do this, how to fix that, how to problem solve this or think through that. And I'll talk to them and I'll say, they're like, I have no idea. And I'm, didn't you do X, Y, and Z? I didn't know to. And I think I take advantage of how much I learned because you didn't just take everything to a shop. You said, hey, it's got to get fixed. Come here, son, and hold the flashlight. But that you taught us how to think things through. And that allows us to become more and more of who we want to be, but who God wants us to be. I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for all that you've done.
So that's also my dad. But yeah, I think all of us felt like we had a great childhood. All of us. He was. If you haven't talked to my dad more than just ministry stuff, he is hilarious. He has. All of us got a really bizarre sense of humor from my dad, and a sense of adventure. That everything. It wasn't that we were moving; we were going on an adventure. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you for instilling the love of God, humor, adventure, all the things, and steadfastness in all of us. And to my husband, where is he? He's somewhere. For real? Okay, well, I like him too. No, he has, Emily is my daughter. So my ex-husband, I had 2 children with him, and my husband adopted them. And when we got married, he said vows to the girls too. And gave them a little necklace and said vows to them. And life has not been easy for us. It's been tough. And if you are a parent, just you understand, this is hard. Raising human beings while figuring yourself out, because you don't figure yourself out till much later in life. It's tough. And that we have gone through a lot. Our daughter had cancer. We've had a foster son. We had 4 new children out of the blue. We've gone through a lot, and he didn't have a dad either. He had 2 dads, but he didn't have a dad showing him the love that he should have gotten as a child. So it's been tough, but he shows up every day, and he's just the type of guy, he's not going to give up till he gets it right. But as far as the parenting being tough, that's another thing I appreciate about my dad. He has children from 45 to 55. We won't say who's what age. But he is still actively parenting every single day. So if you think it ends when your kids turn 18, I can tell you that, and he can for sure tell you that. It doesn't end. So I appreciate that. And then I also want to say to all of the single moms or the people who have done it on their own, happy Father's Day to y'all too. That you've had to step up and be the mothers and the fathers and fill all the roles by yourself, and that's a tough thing. So happy Father's Day.
I also was not chosen by my biological father, but my stepdad. Some of you have met him. His name is Rick. He's my real dad. He didn't come into my life until I was 10 years old, and I hated him, which seems to be the consensus. But he has made me the person that I am in so many ways. Every time people see him, they're like, "Oh, you look so much like your dad." I'm like, I don't know how, because we're not actually related, but so much of our personalities are the same that it's ironic. But he taught me everything that I know. He taught me how to ride a motorcycle. He got me my first tattoo. He taught me how to work on cars, all that stuff. If I need to know anything, I go to my dad. And if he doesn't know, we'll learn it together at the same time. and he's been there to provide for myself and my mom and his 2 daughters in the most excellent way possible, and he's awesome. And yeah, I love him very much. Okay.
Hello, can you record? Hi, kind of nervous, but hello. I just want to say, hey, all of you guys here are, very good people, and my dad, he's a very good person too. He's an honest Christian man. But my mother, she's a horrible person. She, used. I think she lied in court to get more child support. And my dad didn't have to go through the things my mother put him through. He's humble, he's a good person, but that's just what happens, But we have to keep on, pushing forward and moving forward. We need fathers in the home, we need fathers in the home because you see everybody here, God is our Father, right? And so we're self-disciplined enough to act proper and do proper things, but at the second time we need for example in Clearwater there was like a teen takeover. It was ridiculous, it was insane, but they didn't have fathers. They're just insanity. We need fathers who would discipline their children and have you act right. When you men in the house and you're wondering why are people confused about their gender. Well, let me see how mommy this, mommy that. We need a man in the house because all this confusion will stop with everything. You know how to act properly when you're out in public. You're not going to be confused. So, and to my dad, watching this, I love you and you're a good person, you're a good man. I wish you didn't go through all the stuff my mother put you through, and I'm sorry. But God is good, and all our struggles and everything, God will lift us up and make everything 10 times better. So, amen. Amen to that.
Take two. Amber messed me up the first time, so I had to come back. I would just like to say, the amount that my dad loved us 4 kids was like insane. If you had any conversation with him, you would know like how proud he was and like how much he cared for us, and it just showed me how to love my family. And if you knew me before, which a lot of people here don't, but you could really tell that I was raised by my dad and my brothers. Like I wore like jean shorts all the time. Like I didn't come to church in any cute dresses. I was wearing like baggy shirts, but like you can just tell like how much of him like I carried with me. He would be outside like playing football with me, and I'm just so grateful that I had an experience with a dad growing up and just being raised by him and just everything that he has taught me. And then also I'd like to talk about Derek, which I don't know where he went. He ran away again, but I have a confession to make. Last night I was at the store getting a late Father's Day gift, but I was with my friend and I was checking out, and then I was at, well, I can't say the gift because I don't know where he's at, but I was checking out and the guy was like, oh, your dad's gonna be very proud, this is for your dad, right? And I'm like, oh, yes, sir, it is. And I was like talking to him a little while, and then when we were walking out, my friend was like, does that make you uncomfortable? And I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, Derek's my dad. He's like, he's always refers to us as his kids when he's like talking to anybody. So it's just nice to be loved in that way. So that's all.
So me and Cadence are sisters, so we have the same dad, duh. But like there was a while where he had no custody. There was a while where he was like single father. Like we've had all the different phases with just him. I think he really did have a big impact on me and all my siblings. Like I think if you talked to him and talked to us, you could really tell that it was like I don't know, like his sense of humor, like his, like the way he thinks about the world. He was so smart. He was so loving. Like, I don't know. I think he just had like a super big impact on me and my siblings, more than anyone else, obviously. Oh wait, Derek's back, just in time. But like when we were talking about Father's Day, thinking of Father's Day, like my first thought with a father is Derek. Like he's the one. Like he's been here for his kids. He like took in Emily and Reagan, me, Cadence, our two brothers. He loves his kids with like his entire heart. Like he's just always been there. And like, I don't know, he's just very loving, very kind. And then obviously Dr. Joe, I think he's just been so, like, he's someone that I'm just really proud to call family. Like he's just, I don't know. I gotta stay locked. I love you guys.
Okay. I was blessed with two dads, but unfortunately, I was only chosen by one. I was been a daddy's girl. My stepdad he was always there for me. He chose me, and he always treated me as his daughter. But unfortunately, just recently, he's really turned to alcohol, and he's really lost himself and alcohol, and just a few pieces that I really used to love about him. And we've drifted apart to where we live in the same house, but we don't talk. But my dad, I love him so much. We don't share the same DNA or anything, same blood or anything, but I like to think that I am the way I am because of him. The way he loves people, he sees people the way God sees all of us. He sees no wrongdoing. He doesn't see us for what we've done in our past. His love for people is something that I got from him. I love him so much, and I hope that I can help him with what he's going through, and I hope that he accepts my invitation to dinner today. Also, shout out to Mike, Alex's dad, who I really got to know him for the past years, and I really saw him as a father figure, just being there working. I was going through a really rough time, and he was always there to lift me up with food, and I really miss that. He always checked up on me, and even he really saw me when I was there, just not really myself, and he always took the time to check up on me, and no matter what he was going through, he always made sure to be there for me, and really miss him. But yeah, live my dad.
So happy Father's Day to the three fathers. 5. Most of y'all are young enough to still be dreaming about being a father. Happy Father's Day to my father. And I have several things to share, but I'll start with my father. You know, he said, and I've heard throughout my lifetime, you know, being a father, that children will obey your example much more quickly than they'll obey your words. That when you see a child behaving, you look at their father. And typically it's not what they have told them over and over and over, clean your room, but it's the example that they set. And my father has set an excellent example. The scripture that I think of is, and it's several places, I believe in Romans and 1 Corinthians, but the whole Bible, the whole Word is summed up in love. That if we do everything in love, we are following the Bible. And that's the example that my father has set me. He was a father before ChatGPT and before Google, so he had to say things like, well, let's think this through, right? When my son asked me, I say ChatGPT, right? But in everything, the default was always love. If we don't know the answer, if we can't figure out what's going on here, then we default to love. And that is what I hope to have passed on to my son. I know the example that I've set is not the best at times, but I hope that the example that I have set is, number one, to love God. How is it, Zoe? I got to keep it on point. Number one, love God and live your life that way, and love His church and love the lost. You know, I thought about fatherhood over the last week, and I thought, you know, when you look at it objectively, not being a father, you see this, you see the family, and you see pictures of things that might happen, or the things you may do, or the things you want to teach your son or daughter. But when you actually live it out, it wasn't like okay, now this time in my life, I'm going to have a hard time because I have a son and it's going to be a family, and having a family is hard. It was a development into understanding a new type of love that God has. The love that I have for my son, I have never felt before. Oh, keep it on point. That I've been able to experience a part of God's love that I've never experienced before. And my son's going off to college. And he's become a best friend to me, you know. Although he's kind of, I don't know how they say it now, but he's kind of ghosted me the last couple months. But I, at this time, don't lose a son, but I gain a son who is in the next phase of his life to serve God. And I look forward to being that parent, to parent a son that goes out on his own and lives his life and begins to do the things that he has dreamed of, and that begins to work for God and live for God the way that I hope that we have set the example for. The last thing I'll say is, you will never, ever find a good man of God without a great woman of God. I can't keep it on point for this one. She's the reason why I am who I am today. And I love you, Kitsy. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
I'll just keep it very brief. Dad, I know you're watching. Oh, man. Dad, I just want to say I love you. I always have your picture in my wallet. And I want to be a father like you. Yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. You taught me how to be a man, and I want to imitate you and be a father like you. And I owe you so much. You gave so much to us and our family. You keep our family together. Without you, we would not be here. I love you, Dad. I love you.